Hi everyone, it's Greg Allen, founder of Response Fire and Electrical, and today we're going to be talking about ways that you can save money on your electricity bill. And I'm going to teach you all about the different appliances that you'll see in your house so that you can better manage your electricity usage. And it all comes down to the way that you do manage your electricity and how much energy you'll use in the end. So you're not going to be left in September getting this humongous bill and you're like, oh my god, someone must be stealing my power. Well, it's probably not that. It's probably that you've left your heater on day and night for 3 months and it's just added up because the heaters do use a lot of power. But what we're going to do is run through each of these things and just give you a better understanding of each appliance, how it works, and a general rule you can use just to get a better understanding, and some practical principles you can use as well to help you save money on your electricity bill every single cycle. Alright, I want to get started with hot water systems first of all. So hot water systems, when you're having a long shower, you're not only wasting a lot of water. If you're having a long shower, you're actually using a lot of energy as well. Now these heaters here, there's two separate ones I've got here. This is an instantaneous, so that heats water as soon as it comes through this unit, and it uses 3 phases at 18 amps each. So it draws a lot of energy at one time. So if you're having long showers and you've got this hot water system in your house or your unit, you're going to be drawing a lot of current. So you might want to consider shortening your shower, not only to save water, but to save electricity and greenhouse gas emissions as well. Now, same thing applies to your storage hot water systems. Every time you have a long shower, you're going to be lowering the water level on this hot water system and it fills up with cold water. Now, there's a heater in there. It runs at about 15 amps if it's a 3600 watt element, and it's going to pump the heat up into the water, just like a standard kettle over there, but it's going to heat a lot more water. It's going to need a lot more water to be heated, so it's going to run until it gets to the set temperature, and then it's going to turn on and off all the time. Now, good tip here is if you're going away and you have a storage hot water system, it's going to keep heating as it cools down over time while you're away, and no one's even using their shower. So a good tip is just to turn it off at your circuit breaker, or remove the fuse, or turn off your main switch even at home if you're going away, and or leave just one circuit on for your fridge, and then that way your hot water system's not going to continually heat while you're away. Okay, getting into the heaters. Now, heaters are a big deal. They do draw a lot of current. Now, any appliance that does heat is going to draw somewhere between 6 and 10 amps at all times. So just think about, does my appliance heat? Because a heating element will draw about that. So does it heat? And if it does heat, how long am I going to keep it on for? So something like a bar element heater like this one, it heats at full current all the time. So if you've got something like this on all the time, it's going to cost you a lot of money, because these cool down straight away and they're heating straight away. So they're always using a full amount of current. Whereas oil heaters heat the oil, and as the oil cools down, it heats the oil again, just like your storage hot water system. So they're a bit more efficient. You might want to consider getting something like that if you're going to be having it on for a long period of time. But it does take a bit longer for those to heat up. Something like a TV, they're more efficient now with your LED models, so it's not going to be using a lot of energy, and you don't have it on all day and night like something like a heater you might accidentally turn on and leave on, or you just want your house to always be warm, so you leave it on day and night, and that's going to add up. So that's, the heaters are a big one. TVs, you know, it depends how much you use them. Go for a more efficient model, which is an LED model, over a plasma or something like that. But you can just check out your energy usage on TV when you buy it. That's something you want to consider. Now, dryers, same thing. They're a heating appliance. They're going to use a lot of current, so if you can get away with it, hang out your drying outside if it's a sunny day. But they're going to draw a lot of current, and they're usually on for a long period of time, aren't they? So you're going to be paying for that convenience of having your clothes dried, but that's something you want to consider if it's worth it or not. Halogen downlights, or just lighting in general. The thing about halogen downlights, they draw about 50 watts each. Remember, 60 watt incandescent globes that we used to have in the center of one fitting in the center of each room. Now you get your halogen downlights, and there's about 4 to 6 in each room. So that's 300 watts, and you usually have them on all day and night. So they're going to be using a lot of current. So an option for that is to replace those with LED downlights. Your halogen downlights actually break a lot as well. So their leads, the transformers, the globes, they're constantly breaking because of the amount of heat they run at. And they're breaking down, so you're paying for electricians to replace them, the parts on them, and you're paying for globes constantly. So it's definitely worth considering an LED upgrade if you've got halogen downlights. I am a big advocate of LED downlights. They make the light, the light in the room much better as well. So hopefully that helps you with that. Now I just put the kettle in there just to give you an example of, if you're not using it for very long, it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. So when you turn a kettle on, it will heat for 2 minutes, but then it turns off. So although it draws quite a lot of energy, it's going to turn off within a couple of minutes and not cost you much to heat water at all. So that's something, I've just done an overview of a couple of things, but if you can take away those few things, that if it's consider how much current does it draw, now, and how long are you going to keep it on for? So if you're going to keep it on for a long period of time, consider getting something like a time clock where you can plug it into the PowerPoint and you can set it on a timer so that it turns on and off throughout the day when you need it most. You can set one up in your switchboard for your hot water system. You can set one up in your PowerPoint for your heaters, and that's something you might want to consider doing just to conserve some more power. But I hope these tips help and make sense to you, and I really hope that you can apply those few principles and rules that we talked about today to save on your energy bill. And let me know if there's anything else that we can cover for you, and have a fantastic day.